and I absolutely, absolutely love your movie.
Thanks very
Oh,
much,
I'm
Manny.
happy to hear that. Thanks, Manny.
You guys are so welcome. I mean, it effectively combines old school magic with new school storytelling. So my first question would be, how did the idea come about? Let's begin with you, Mr. Tom.
Oh, yeah. Well, it was just an idea that Ross and I were kicking around about 7 years ago. We were trying to think what would be the kind of story that would sustain us, like, because we knew it would be a long journey to make a movie like this, and we wanted it to fit well with the previous films we'd made. So, yeah, the original inspiration came from local folklore here in the town where we grew up here in Kilkenny.
Oh, now what about you, Mr. Ross? I love the old school animation style, right? It's so intricate. Oh my God, and I love that one scene where they're hiding in by the tree and you can see shadow. I love that. Now explain to us why you chose that technique instead of the usual 3D animation that we're now used to seeing.
Well, it's kind of what we do. It's what we do here at Cartoon Saloon. We do hand-drawn animation. Like there's a couple of hundred people here who are artists and who are always doing different art forms. So it makes sense to bring that art onto the screen as much as we can. But it's funny. We would say old school because we had it as children. But maybe like the newer generation now, it's not old school in the same way in that they're not used to it. They're so used to CG. So seeing a film like WOLFWALKERS is something new and something fresh. But there's a beautiful artistry and a handmade quality, I think, that everyone can appreciate in that.
It's absolutely, absolutely gorgeous. Now let's talk about the brilliant sound design. I mean, yesterday when I was watching it, whenever there's howling, my dogs would howl too.
Yeah, great. Excellent.
Walk us through how you guys created the sound as well, Mr. Tom.
Oh, well, we had worked with a really great team in Peace Rouge in Paris, and they were made up of partners that we'd worked with on our previous movies, so that was fantastic. And basically, because lockdown had happened, instead of being in the studio with them every day, they would send us reels with suggestions of how they'd build up the sound design based on notes that we would give them in advance of what we expected, and then we'd approve it. And then finally, we had 2 weeks in Paris, which was really amazing in the sound studio, and we were able to work day by day on the final mix and just getting everything right.
Well, and along that same line, I love the original songs, especially that Running with the Wolves. I mean, that is so haunting. Talk to us more about that, Mr. Ross.
Well, Tom was out jogging one day when we were making the film, and I think it was. I can't remember which program, but it suggests certain songs that you might like. And "Running with the Wolves" came up in his earphones. It's a song by Aurora, and it was quite poppy, like maybe a little bit electronic. So when he came back from his jog, he said, "Yeah, I found the perfect song for that sequence," and he put it on, and a few of us were like, well, it's a little bit electronic, but yeah, the lyrics are absolutely spot on. It was like it was written for the movie. So we contacted Aurora, and she was interested in working with us, and we knew that Bruno and Keela would do like a more authentic or a more traditional version of it. And so yeah, it just happened like that. It was really spontaneous.
Oh, and you know what? And of course, I mean, none of the technical qualities will work if the story does not have weight. And at its heart, it's about finding and embracing your inner magic, right?
Yeah, that's it. And I think it's a story for like this generation. It's more relevant than ever that we need to have young people who feel confident enough to stand up against what society might be telling them and allowing themselves to speak for what's right for them.
Oh, well, congrats again. I want to be a wolf walker now. And by the
Yeah,
way, real quick, I'm going to visit Ireland for the first time this August, God willing, and this makes me
Yes.
more excited.
Yeah, come
come
and
come to
visit our
come
studio,
to
Manny. We
Kilkenny.
would love to meet you in our studio.
Yeah, come to Kilkenny and you can see the castle. You can see a lot of the stuff in the film. You'll even
Oh,
see stocks, Sean Oak in the stocks.
yay! I will take you up on that offer. Thank you so much again, you guys. Good luck on everything.